follow me anytime long enough, you already know that I'm streaming on multiple services. So I like to do, I'm multitasking. So I have my main podcast screen here, and I'm also streaming on uh, TikTok to my right. So let's get this thing started, y'all, because a this this podcast is going to be a little bit touchy to some people. Let me mute my notifications so that you guys won't keep hearing that because that is going to be nerve wracking. Um, so let me do my notifications here, stop them real quick, and then we're going to get right off into this. Um, First of all, I want you guys to grab a pen and piece of paper, or a pen and paper, whatever you're using to write with, because I'm going to be giving you guys information that is going to be paramount to the subject matter that we're going to be talking about. Now, I'm again with TikTok users, you guys can type because I'm still learning how to allow you guys to go live if you want to communicate and voice your opinion because I want people to do that. I want people to be able to voice their opinion. There we go. Now I got my mouse working. But, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me do this because I'm still getting a lot of people upset with me. The information that I put out on my platforms, um, the biggest thing is what I will not teach people or what I will not show people. And that's causing me a lot of flack on the back end. And I don't know how many times that I have to tell people this. The reason why I don't do certain things, one, the book called Bible says, and again, this is not a religious podcast. I don't use religion, race, religion, and politics unless it relates to business. Now, a lot of the biblical references that I use are solely allegorical, parabolistic quotes that prove a moral point. For one reason why I do not uh, go over a lot of information with my course or my program that a lot of people, other influencers might do, is because the book called Bible says, "Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." Now, again, this is not a religious thing. That is a universal quote that everybody can relate to. Anybody can relate to that. Well, anytime you attach the letters RE to anything, it means to redo it. So in business, you can't conduct and start a new business with the same mind frame as you used to have. I want y'all to reason with me for a minute. Let's think about this. You can't think the same way starting a new journey with the mindset that you had that kept you in a condition that wasn't benefiting you. Y'all think about that. I mean, if you can hear me on either platform, please type a one so I can make sure that the audio and everything is good and correct. But if your mind is not renewed, you are going to make the same mistakes that you did as you did before. This is one reason why I don't teach people about how to get loans. You don't need a loan to start a business. If you don't have at least 75 employees, and that's technically a small business. When you have employees or you have a factory warehouse, You don't need a loan to start a barbershop. You don't need a loan to start a beauty salon. You don't need a loan to start a detail shop. You don't even need a loan to start a club. You need to renew your mind, and not just renew your mind. You need to restructure and rededicate the funds that God has already given you and put those toward your dream and your goal. You guys have heard my story before. If you read my book, I said I had those same things or same issues when I first got with my advisor. That's the first thing he told me. He was telling me all kind of stuff. And I was like, man, I got to get a loan for all this stuff you trying to do. He said, no, you don't. Let me tell you where you already have the money that you need. If you eat lunch out at work, stop that. If you're going to the club, stop that. If you partake in extracurricular activities, be it left hand cigarettes or whatever else you might be doing, stop that. If you go to work, come home, go back out again 3, 4 times a day, stop that. That's costing you money. And it's costing you money because the more times you go in and out your house, the more gas you got to spend. If you're eating lunch, let's just take a cheap restaurant eating lunch. And again, I'm taking you guys somewhere. I'm telling you why you aren't winning. You aren't winning because the old way that you think is what's holding you back. It's not another person. It's not the man. It's not Mr. Charlie. It's not the government. It's not some 250-year-old, well, actually 478-year-old mindset that's holding you back. Ain't nobody holding you back in 2025 but you. You. You are the one that's holding you back with the way that you think. Which leads me to this right here. This book, ladies and gentlemen, this book right here. I recommend that everybody gets this book. This book came out in 2021. The reason why I bought it was because of two people mainly. Clifford T.I. Harris, everybody knows the rap artist T.I., and also the rap artist Gucci Mane. Both of them said the exact same thing. This book, As a Man Thinketh, changed their life. This is what's holding you back. The way that you think. The way that you think. Now, let me talk to my melanated brothers and sisters. You will never be successful. You will never have anything that you so desire as long as you're trying to be a RN. And I'm not talking about a registered nurse. As long as you keep that type of language in your mind, oh man, I'm a real ninja. What does that even mean? Who are you real to? Who are you trying to be real to? And why are you trying to be real to somebody else in the same condition and situation that you are in? Hmm? Why? Trust me, those of you who are trying to join on TikTok, I'm going to literally allow you guys to come in. Give me a second to get my monologue out. Why are you trying to be a real ninja? My favorite quote. My favorite quote, Jordan, is I have several. living my dream and loving my life. If it gets any better, it must be two of me. Now, nobody's holding you back except you. And why is that? It's because of the way that you think. Do you know the number of people that they become satisfied in their condition and then complain about the condition? And that's what this podcast is leading into, is because as long as you have that type of mentality, you're going to get the results of that thinking. How, ladies and gentlemen, how? Do you guys know why and understand why and how the Republican Party was able to withhold 42 million people from health benefits, and they just threw in the SNAP benefits? That was a throw in. That was not a part of the shutdown. For over a month. Did y'all understand how they were able to do that? I'm going to tell you how. 42 million people allowed it and didn't even know that they were allowing it. Before anybody gets upset, let me tell you how. Are those people not a citizen of the United States? The answer to that is yes. And when you are a citizen of the United States, that means you are a ward of the United States. I want y'all to follow along with me now. Basically, you are a dependent of the United States corporation. Every person born on U.S. soil, their parents traded their sovereignty, and you guys can look this up. I don't tell anybody anything that I cannot prove in no uncertain time, and point you to reputable information where you can go and read it for yourself. You can go read it for yourself. But when your parents signed for a birth certificate and a social security card, and some of you might have heard these things without knowing the full understanding of you, they created a straw man in your name. Yes. Facts. Facts. So your parents, our parents, indirectly, and even their parents, all the way up to the very first time that they started recording births. Most people don't even know that you are issued two birth certificates. Well, actually, you're only issued one birth certificate. The other certificate is a living certificate. You are given three certificates through the course of your life from the day that you were born to the day that you die. You receive one that's a birth certificate that states that you were born. The other one, the long form, which you never received. Your parents never received the long form. What our parents received was the short one. The long form is the one that has your little baby hands and baby feet on there. That's the long form, which you have to submit to get that from the Secretary of State that you were born in. And then the third certificate is the day that you die, you are issued a what? A death certificate. Now, records show, and again, these are public records, I can prove anything in length of time. Every person born prior to 1975, your parents received $2.5 million under your corporate entity. They basically swapped out slave ownership of slaves and turned you into a business. Now, when our parents filled out for those birth certificates and those social security cards, they forwarded over or endorsed over, co-signed over your 2.5 to the government corporation that now owns you. How do you know that to be true, Muhammad? That ain't true. Yes, it is true. Let me tell you something. All of your government paperwork, mail, documents, all of them come in capital letters. Your name is in all caps. Look at your driver's license. Look at your social security card. Look at your birth certificate. Your name is in all caps. Any mail that you receive in the form of a debt comes in all caps. But how do they teach you how to sign your name? The first letter is capital, the rest of them is lowercase. And doing so, you redivert the debt from your strawman, or from the government back to you, the strawman. You are rediverting any debt when we were all born debt free. Now, the part of that conversation, because you hear a lot of people talking about becoming a private citizen. That's true. But what they don't tell you is you have to understand what you are giving up to be a private citizen. Yes, all of the stuff that they talk about is true. Yes, you're not driving, you're traveling. If you're not doing commerce, you are a traveler. Yes, that's true. But this is the part that they don't tell you. You are traveling on public roadways that is owned, that are owned by who? The city, the county, the state, and the government. So how can you be a privatized citizen traveling on a highway that is owned by the government? So you are not operating in private anymore. See, this is the part that upsets me a lot of times with these influencers. You cannot jump in and out of privatized citizenship and public citizenship. You can't do that. They're going to tell you, yes, you can operate and move freely if it's on a road that's not public. You can't fly on a commercial airline that's under the TSA or under the airport authority, which is a federal entity, and try to say you private. You're not getting on no airplane talking about you flying for free. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Yes, there are other things and steps that you have to do in order to operate fully into that private atmosphere. Yes, you can't be a private citizen and work in a public on a public job. It don't work like that. You can't be a private citizen. Did you know you can't commit crimes to a United States citizen? And you talking about you private? Yes, you can create your own form of government. Yes, you can create your own school system. Yes, you can create your own. You can even create your own religion. But you can't operate. You can't play the hokey pokey with privatized citizenship in public. They can pull your private status, or they can deport you, which is something else that these influencers don't tell you about. Where are you going to be deported to? You have to claim a tribe that's not under that's recognized by NATO, because as a privatized citizen, you're no longer under the United States government, so you lose your 14th Amendment status right off the rip. As soon as they give it to you, whoop, no 14th Amendment. This is why they're talking about you have to claim a tribe. A lot of melanated people try to claim Native American. Just because you heard that your grandmother or your great great grandmother was Cherokee Indian, you are not recognized by a tribal council. Your great great grandmother, your great great grandfather never was on the record as being a part of that nation. You just heard they were Indian. And in order to claim that particular indigenous status, you got to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that that blood runs inside of you, which is what? Money. 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 To do privatized citizenship, you have to go in front of a judge to hit that do not detain list. Yes, the information is all out there in order for you to do it. You can do it, but understand what you're giving up. For those people in the United States that are claiming private citizenship or privatized citizenship, you can't receive government assistance of no kind because you are not a citizen of the United States. And I'm telling you, I'm giving y'all the understanding on how and why they were able to take 42 million people's government assistance, because you belong to the government and they can do whatever. Listen, if you own a car, it's yours. You got the paperwork to prove it. If you got a social security card in your pocket, a driver's license in your pocket, and a birth certificate somewhere in your possession, you are owned by the government, whether you like it or whether you don't like it. Whether you like it or whether you don't. You are owned by the government. So when you're talking about ownership of something, you can do what you want to with what you own. This is what Stephen Miller found. Donald Trump ain't smart enough to find that. Just being real. Donald Trump is not smart enough to find that. Donald Trump is not that smart, ladies and gentlemen. None of this stuff that 47 is doing, he's smart enough to know it. The things, see, one thing that you got to understand about politics, no, none of us have ever woken up, not one single time in our life, and we said we wanted to run for public office. Not that we can't, we just never did it. All the way up to the presidency. The question becomes, who told these people to run? Somebody got in their ear and said, we want you to run for council, mayor, state senator, state representative, governor, United States Senate, United States Congress, president. Somebody got in their ear and said, we want you to do this, and we're going to put all of our resources and money into you. Now, do y'all think that these people haven't done a deep dive search into who you are? Look at 47's entire history that we know of. This man is driven by two things: vanity, and money. You are a super vain person when you stick your name on everything, everything. What's going on, exquisite MAD? Everything that this man owns or is attached to, his name comes first. That's a vain person. Trump's Mar-a-Lago, Trump's Turnberry, Trump's Doral, Trump's airplane, Trump Monopoly, the Trump Bible. Come on. You got to be vain to put your name on the book called Bible. Trump's MAGA Crunch cereal, Trump's cryptocurrency. Now, I just saw that they are releasing a cell phone. Now, clearly, ladies and gentlemen, it is absolutely in the Constitution of the United States. It is 100% illegal for a elected official to profit while they are in office. That's illegal. We are a little over 100 days of this presidency, and 47 has made $380 million in 100 days. That is bananas. If anybody has been watching this thing, and I'm telling you, this is why you're losing. You are not winning. You ain't winning because you don't know how to play the game. The one thing Stephen Miller recognized, and I keep saying Stephen Miller, because if you ever heard Stephen Miller speak, Stephen Miller is the one. Sometimes he would talk a little bit out of school, like with the interview he did on Fox News, where he was talking about planetary. Y'all need to look that up. Planetary. Man, I forget what the last part of it is, but where the president, it's a small clause where the president can take 100% control over all the government and become that king that everybody talking, the Democratic Party is saying he's trying to become. And it's legal. There is a clause in the Constitution where a sitting president can overstay his second term. Do anybody know what that is? If you are in wartime, or if the new president and vice president that's elected to come in after the second term, if they both are unaligned, then that president that was in office his second term can go to a third term. See, when you don't know the rules of the game, now let's get back to why a hidden force spoke to him. Trump announced back in 1988 that he was going to run for president. Now, I want y'all to understand this, break this down. This is a public article in Times Magazine. Or was it Times Magazine or Newsweek? Some of y'all may know, but it's out there. He said if he ever ran for president, he would run as a Republican. And how did he run? As a Republican. And then they said, why would you run for a Republican when you have been a Democrat your whole entire life? He said, because Republicans are stupid. They'll believe anything. Let's forget about any of the stuff that's going on right now. Where is the birth certificate that he said he uncovered for Barack Obama that he was born in Kenya. Where is that birth certificate? How many people started talking about Barack Hussein Obama was not a real American? He was born in Kenya. Where did that come from? 47. Nobody else said it, but 47. Even after he produced his birth certificate and that he was born in Hawaii. 47 still kept saying it and never fixed it. And on top of that, never showed none of matter the proof. You've never seen it. I've never seen it. Nobody in the world has ever seen it. We're gonna bring grocery prices down. I don't know about you guys. Now let's get to but let me say this right quick and then because we're on a short time. But if you want this book, I encourage everybody to get this book. I'm going to attach the link to it. Right now, it's on sale for $7.43. I am not an affiliate for selling this book because I just want you guys to get the information. This is what I do. I plug you in with the information that you need. I'm not making any money off of this. I pay for it myself. Now, this is a hardback copy. I like hardback copies because they last long. But this book right here will tell you why you are not winning. And it's because of the way you think. Did not the book called Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. That's what struck me about this title. As a man thinketh, so is he. So if you keep saying that you are a real ninja, then guess what? You're gonna get real ninja stuff. If you keep saying that you broke and this is all life gonna give, then that's where you're gonna stay. How can a people live in a society that promotes and says you can be anything that you want to be and you don't believe it? Huh? You don't believe it. There's two things that I absolutely despise. Two types of people that I absolutely despise. Two types of energy that I stay away from. A liar and a hypocrite, which are twins in my book or in my eyesight. That's going to be a chapter in my new book that's coming out. Liars and hypocrites are twins. A liar is the most disrespectful person that it ever is because they simply telling you you are so stupid that you are going to believe this bull feces that I just made up. If that's not disrespectful to you, if that's not disrespectful, that somebody absolutely thinks you are so dumb that I'm going to tell you something that I just made up and you are going to believe it. Now, where hypocrisy comes in, that is, you start to believe the lie, but then the life that the liar told you don't match up to the words that he said. Huh? When people are losing because you start to believe a lie and you never check the receipts on the liar. You never do. So why do people keep settling for the lie? Because you know why? You become dependent upon the life, Republican or Democrat. This is why 42 million people were able to lose everything in over 30 days. Now, the book called Bible also says you're supposed to look to the hill from which cometh your help. And I'm not talking about Capitol Hill. For the majority of this country to be a Christian believing country, and the number of people that raised a ruckus and were really fearful about losing their health insurance, losing their SNAP benefit, getting close to Thanksgiving. You can't buy food for Thanksgiving. Stop right there. Stop right there. People were worried about not buying food for Thanksgiving. Not the food that they would need after Thanksgiving, but the food on Thanksgiving Day. People were worried about they weren't going to be able to renew their prescriptions or go to the doctor. How did the American people get to a point to where you needed a daddy in your life as an adult? Don't tell me about you grown and all this other kind of stuff when you are sitting here begging politicians who don't care nothing for you, who didn't care nothing for you when they created these laws, but you're sitting up here stressing, worrying, and begging about going to a doctor and eating. And not one person look to the hill where their help come from. Don't the book called Bible says your help comes from the Lord? Then your book says that he will supply all of your needs according to his riches in glory? No. Y'all started looking to Donald Trump. Y'all started looking to the Republican Party. Y'all started looking to the Democrats. The Democrats gonna save us. Did y'all know that a lot of these government programs were implemented under the Democratic Party? Huh? Nobody told you that you couldn't grow a garden and feed yourself. Am I right or wrong? As a man thinking. Huh? The book of the Bible said man should not live by bread alone. See what happens when your stomach becomes your God? You will start bending over backwards and doing everything. I mean, people were twisting themselves into a pretzel because they start thinking about their stomach. 95, and I'm just throwing a number out there, 95% of the medicine that's out there is not designed to heal you. Huh? 95% of the medicine is not, it's not to heal you. It's to keep you dependent. Because every medicine that man has created, Big Pharma has created, every medicine that has been created, they give you a whole laundry list of side effects and other issues that can come up by taking this medicine. Y'all ain't never thought about that? They give you a whole laundry list. So my question would have been, how can I come off of this So I don't have to worry about all these other side effects. I stopped taking any form of medicine 10 years ago. What happened 10 years ago? I started eating right. I started exercising. I stopped eating late after 6 o'clock. I don't eat after my time to eat is between 4 and 6 in the evening. I don't be taking trips to Waffle House or Waffle House as I call it at no 12. And you eating at midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. This is what irks me about a lot of people. Again, with certain ways that they think. Because a lot of people just got the book called Bible open, but they're not reading, they're not studying. When God, in the book of Genesis, when it said, "Let us create man after our likeness," okay, cool. Fast forward to that when He created man, Adam. All right. Then He told Adam, He said, "Eat of the fields." He didn't say nothing about eating flesh, nothing about eating animals, nothing about it. He said, "Eat of the fields." Foliage, vegetation. God gave us everything that we need in the food. But now, let's look at this now. All of modern medicine is created from what? Vegetation, plants. Huh? All of our medicine is made from plants, the fields. But you lose in health because somebody said all God's creations is edible. Listen, man, you out here eating coon, possum, squirrel, turtle, deer, elk, swine, beef. Nobody, for people to be Christian people and in the Christian lifestyle, and I ain't picking on Christians, I'm just giving this as an example again. You can't show me one scripture in the Bible where Jesus had his lips wrapped around a ham sandwich. You can't show me one scripture in the Bible where Jesus had his mouth wrapped around a deer sandwich. People out here eating frogs. Frogs. And you wonder why we are the most unhealthiest country in the world. So He took your health insurance because you yourself don't care about your health. It's easy for somebody to take away stuff when you don't care about it. It's real easy. Sick care industry. See, so now I have you dependent upon me to take care of you health wise. I can drop you whenever I want to. You are now dependent upon me to provide you money to go out and buy food. Look at what happened. The first thing that happened, they started stipulating what you could buy with SNAP. Ooh, y'all should have saw it coming then. Y'all should have saw it coming then. No more this, no more that, no more this, no more this, no more this. Man, that man put out a whole list of stuff you can't get. And then they just threw SNAP had nothing to do with the health industry, your health insurance, the Affordable Care Act. Had nothing to do with it. These people don't even have an alternative plan on how to fix the Alternative Care Act or the Affordable Care Act. They don't even have an alternative for it. They were not going to fix it. He ran his whole entire campaign on, I'm going to get rid of it. Mhm. And Stephen Miller found the way to get rid of it. All of these people are wards of the state. We own them. We can do what we want to. Now you have everybody out here in a tizzy and in a tiffy mad and don't even know. You think he's gonna stop right there? This Epstein files thing. And, well, I don't want to get too far in the weeds because we're talking about why you aren't winning. You aren't winning because you stop taking care of yourself. 42 million people stop taking care of themselves. 42, oh, it's over 42 million people that don't even have a plan. You know, people in this country have drank the Kool-Aid on every deceptive thing that the government has given them, Republican or Democrat. Y'all all have drank the Kool-Aid, and not one time has. How many of you that's watching this podcast, either now or on the replay, how many of y'all got a garden in your backyard? Hmm? Fast food was a creation, not by accident. It was by design. Oh, people don't have time to cook. We're going to cook something for you. Fast food, you can just drive in, get it, and go home and feed your family. You ain't got to worry about cooking. Y'all know how many people out here today can't even boil an egg? People out here can't even boil water. If it's not microwavable or comes already in a frozen box, they can't even feed themselves. If you find yourself where spaghetti and lasagna is your best dish that you can cook, you need to be ashamed of yourself. And it comes down to the money. See, when I found out, my advisor pointed me something out to me. Let's just take the Burger King combo right now, a Whopper combo, $11. Now, I want y'all to think. You work 5 days a week. Some people work 6 days a week. Some people go to a fast food restaurant twice a day on their way to work and for lunch. So, but let's just stick with lunch. $11 to $13. Most times y'all gonna supersize. So let's just say $12 for the sake of mathematics. Somebody dropped in the comment 12 times 5. That's $60 just in lunch money. One meal for 5 days. $60. And you wonder why you ain't got no money? Your stomach ate it. I can show y'all receipts. I wish somebody made me prove it. $60 buys me 2 weeks of groceries. I can prove it. One, when I learned how to coupon, I even know what the double days are for Winn-Dixie and Publix, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you got a coupon that's under 50 cents, so let's just say 45-cent coupon, it's doubled on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So that's 90 cents. Now y'all see why $60 worth of groceries last me 2 weeks? When you are eating $60 for one meal in 1 week, and I can eat all 3 meals if I choose to. I don't go to the club. So for those of you who go to the club, add how much. How many times you? Well, let's just say you go to the club only once a week on Friday or Saturday. No, that's $20 just to get in. I don't know nobody who goes to the club and buys just one drink, even when I was clubbing. So you're talking about another $7 for a beer, $10 to $15 for a alcohol drink or a liquor drink, and you just gonna buy one. For the men out there, if you're trying to get at this female, you're gonna buy more than one. Now you add that money to the $60 you spend for lunch that week. Y'all see why I don't teach people how to get loans? And for those of you who smoking the left hand cigarettes, y'all ain't buying just no nickel bags no more. We way past that time right there. Y'all ain't buying a dime bag. I'm buying a quarter. I've seen people bust a whole dime bag into one blunt. If that ain't wasteful, you're not gonna get any higher than if it was a joint. Man, I've seen people, man, they have 3 or 4 blunts going at one time. See where your money going? Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Repurpose and reposition your money. It used to, when I was growing up in the church, people come in and they get saved, and then they start testifying about all of this stuff that they are buying now, or they have now. And they just be like, wow, wait a minute. God ain't got no bank. This is one big thing that I had with the church that I never understood with the church. That got me in a lot of trouble. Because in the church, they just tell you, you don't question God. I'm not questioning God. I'm trying to find out where these people getting all this extra money at. Nobody was able to explain when you stop doing all of the ungodly things, it's the same money. You just never knew where the money was going because you was caught up into the sin. Ain't nobody counting how much money they spending out when you in the club. Nobody's ever said, see, the thing why people are losing is nobody ever gave you the actual information on why. And nobody ever gave you the information that the system is designed for you to lose. How is the system designed for you to lose? By not making the information accessible to you. It's not who you know. It's never been about who you know. It's about what. And guess where they put information at? Bing. I get so fed up with people who talk about I gatekeep. I don't own the damn gate. I don't own the gate. I didn't even build the gate. But if you are so lazy of a person that you won't read, there are people out there. I spent money on this book, $7.43. It's people out there. They will want me to give them the Cliff Note version. Stop right there. You want me to spend my money. spend my time on educating myself, and you just want me to hand it to you? I just showed you where you got $7 at. Stop going to Burger King one time. You could have bought both of these books, and we're going to get to this book later on. Huh? This is how you live free. I haven't even bust this one open yet. It's still in the plastic. That one combo meal at Burger King could have bought you both of these. The things that you need to help you be more successful. How to change your thinking and how to set up and live for free. Ain't that something? For one combo meal. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. If you're cooking at home, you mean to tell me your food that you cook at home is not good enough for you to sack lunch for work tomorrow? For one, and see how much more money you have after that week. Stop going to the club for 1 month. Stop drinking. Stop left-hand cigarettes. Stop buying the flour, as the young people say. Stop buying that for 1 month and just see how much money. I guarantee you will. I think they're missing something by not having fun. Ladies and gentlemen, fun hasn't gone anywhere in 2025 years. It's always somewhere for you to have fun. But it's more fun when you got money in your pocket. Let me tell you how the system is designed for you not to win. Holidays. Every major holiday, it's a massive sale. And the majority of America is caught up into giving your hard-earned money into somebody, to somebody that don't even know you. They don't care nothing about you. It was so funny to me that the SNAP benefits was on hold, but now all of a sudden Walmart has food packages that can feed up to 10 people. Wait a minute. Why y'all can't do that all the time anyway? Nobody ever thought about that. Nobody ever missed it. Y'all missed it. All of these food stores are now putting packages together to where you can feed your family for 1 cent price. Well, damn it, can y'all do that every month? Even the farmers markets were saying, hey, look, you grab you a brown bag, what they called it, what they did, I don't know if it was a brown bag or a regular plastic Walmart bag, whatever case it may be. But if you go out there to the farm, you could pick your own vegetables. And it was $5 a bag. If you could put it in the bag, it was $5. You can't, man, and y'all out here buying cans of vegetables. Damn it, damn it, $3. Mm, crazy. You aren't winning because you gave them the power to take it from. Some of y'all are out of breath just walking to your damn mailbox. Unhealthy as hell. You can't even walk the block and you about to pass out. Unhealthy. When that man took the dyes out of juice drinks and Kool-Aid, boy, I know melanated people like to have a fit. Because your red Kool-Aid ain't red no more. Oh my God. Funny. The things that people complain about And then here, I've seen plenty of lives, and I have to stop going on other people's page because you can't complain to be treated fairly by somebody who never intended to treat you fairly, and then turn right around and beg them to give you something. Y'all let that marinate in your spirit for a minute. I'm gonna complain that these folks done took my health care and took my food benefits. They just showed you they don't give a crap about you. And then you turn right around and beg them, just give me a little bit. And you say you grown? You say you a man? You say you a woman? Who is supposed to respect you when you sit here and compromise and split hairs? There's so many people out here in this country, man, they will negotiate against themselves. Here's an experiment. Here's an experiment for y'all to do. Here's an experiment for y'all to do. TikTok is tripping. I must have said something on TikTok that they didn't like. Here's an experiment for you to do. Somebody that you sort of semi, you already know they don't care for you. You really don't care for them. Here's an experiment. Cut them off cold turkey. Don't call them, don't speak to them, don't recognize them, don't do nothing. Watch how fast that person will start negotiating against themselves to try to get back in with you. Hmm? You know, people out here are so ungrateful. You can get them a car and they'll get mad with you because you ain't put no gas in it. Damn it, I just gave you a car. Well, man, you could have gave me give somebody one of your old cars that you know. I mean, it's just an old beater. It's sitting out there in the yard. It might not have no AC on it. Might not look all that attractive. But somebody you know don't have a car. They always go on the rides. They always ask you to take them somewhere. Give them that old car. Send it over to them. We'll say, hey man, look, man, give me $500 for that car there, man. Now you got wheels. As a friend, you just did a good deed. But watch their reaction. Man, that old thing out there, man, give me the link. That's 42 million of you to the government. You gonna put a tag on it? No. If I put a tag on it, it's still in my name. You put a tag on it. And watch. 3 months later, they're gonna lose that car that you gave to them. Because you know what they're gonna do? Their old mind, they're gonna take it straight to the title max. That's 42 million Americans. That's why 47 was able to do it to you. That's why you lose it. Y'all get an income tax check every year. Every year. How many of you actually literally pay off debts? Zero. Let that sizzle in your spirit. Because you know what happens every year during income tax season? Everybody, corporate America, got an income tax sale. Every car dealership, Man, you ain't even gotta cash your income tax check. Bring your income tax check to the dealership. They taking all your money with that 500 credit score. And y'all think somebody's supposed to treat you fairly when you won't even treat yourself fairly? If you over the age of 30 and your credit is under a 500, you need to underline yourself because you just taking up space. I'm sorry, I said it. What are we doing here, people? What are we doing here? We sit and we make fun of other cultures of people that's coming into this country and they have it better than us. You know why? They stick together. You know, I hear the jokes in the comments of people talking about, man, it'd be 3 or 4 families in one house. That sounds like a good damn plan to me. They saving money. They will move into a house in our communities, black or white. They will find it ain't even, it's a straight small house. Need to be tore down. They will move in that thing and fix it up. Make the homeowner happy because they done fixed it up. He don't care. They just fixed his house for free. You think that he gonna have a problem with letting them live in there? No, he ain't gonna have no problem with them living in there. And then he'll say, hey, look, I'm gonna go get another house for y'all. And then here's the thing. Mortgage is always cheaper than rent. Remember that. He'll get another fixer of them. Mortgage, $1,000, $1,100. Rent, $1,500. And then he'll say, hey, y'all fix it up. I'll shave a little bit off the rent. But he ain't gonna go below $1,100. He's not gonna go below the mortgage. He might even jack the rent up to $2,000. They spending their money on the sheetrock, the paint, the plumbing, the wiring, the electrical, the fixtures and all this stuff. And he break that thing all the way down, man, just give me. He just covering the mortgage. And then when they move, guess what? He got a freshly remodeled house that he finna rent to somebody else with better credit for $2,500. But you know what we do as Americans? We can't wait to get out. Don't have a plan when we leave the house. We just out here winging it because we're more caught up in fun. I want to put that on y'all mind, man, on why the majority of you lose. Somebody before somebody say, "Well, you lose too." No, I got wind of the game 8 years ago, and I've been playing this game for the last 8 years. I don't try to keep up with the Joneses. It's too many. You can look at any phone book. Well, I don't even think you got phone books now. But if you got a phone book, just go to straight to the Joneses. It's too many of them, and that's for me to keep up with. I stopped trying to impress people that don't matter. If I stopped hanging around people that could not move the needle in my life forward. I have a saying now that if we're not making money together, I don't really want to be friends with you. What are we doing? It's amazing. Each and every last one of y'all, I'm just gonna before I go into the science and all that, let's just do it like this. Each and every last one of y'all got 4 people. I'm gonna take 3. You number 4. You individually know 3 people. Y'all go to each other's house. Y'all call each other on the phone constantly. Y'all always have a conversation talking about something. Not one single group of 4 people. You and your 3 friends. None of y'all have business together. Why? Y'all all going to the club together. Y'all going to the bars together. Y'all all going out to eat together. Comedy shows together. Concerts together. All y'all spent $200+ to go see Cat Williams or 95 South, and y'all don't have a business together. Y'all watch each other's children, loan each other money, but you don't have a business together. Why? Let me give y'all a breakdown. Did you know all it takes is 20% to put down on a house? 20%. That's a lot of money for one person. It's for y'all. If y'all found $100,000 house, 20% is 20 grand. Each one of y'all put in $5,000 a piece. Y'all can cover the down payment on the house. Now, y'all four, as a rental company, now y'all got a rental property. The problem becomes, man, we got to split $2,000 five ways. That's $500. That ain't no money. Man, it take us a long time to make our money back. See, that's because you don't have a damn plan. I teach this in my course. That first year, don't none of y'all need to get paid anything. All of that rent money collects and goes into the account of the virtual property. The first year. Don't take an income on nothing. Now, if you're smart, one of y'all or two of y'all need to come up with a landscape business that cuts the grass and maintains the grounds for the property management company. Now you got two businesses. The other two need to come up with a maintenance business that covers all of the plumbing, the fixtures, seeing the fans, whatever, windows, go out there and do little minor repairs. Now you got three businesses. You're losing because you don't know